this here is another Honda CBR 250R video review. For starters, let's talk about what you already know. Yes, the CBR 250R does have VFR inspired styling. Yes, the CBR 250R does have an exhaust pipe which not everybody likes. And yes, the CBR 250R isn't as pretty or sporty as the Ninja or the Hyosung GT250. But what the CBR 250R does manage to do is make a lot of people look like this. The Honda CBR 250R is a gorgeous looking bike. It is elegant and classy rather than outright sporty like its predecessors which never saw Indian roads. The sharp looking headlamp is perhaps the only angry bit on the CBR. The tail lamp is good looking too, and that's what most people will be looking at when you're on one. The full fairing is well crafted with floating panels seamlessly integrated in the design. The good part is that the fairing is not a continuous unit, and in case of a minor crash, you might only have to replace the floating panel. All in all, it's a very good looking bike and the design is not desperate for attention. The instrument cluster is fairly simple but has all the essential readouts like a temperature gauge, fuel gauge, a single trip meter, an odometer, a clock, a digital speedo and an analog tacho. So you're riding the CBR, right? You're going really fast. You're at 80 kilometers an hour. You're accelerating while taking a bend. And while you're leaning in, while you're bending all to go as fast as you can, you notice this auto bang in the middle of the road. You can't decide whether you'll make it or not. You're calculating in your head whether you will be able to make it or not.
Dude, all you need to do is just twist the throttle and it'll go.
The 249.6cc liquid-cooled 4-stroke motor makes a healthy 25 bhp of power at 8,500 rpm and 22.9 Nm of torque at 7,000 rpm. All that power is at your disposal, but the acceleration is very smooth and mature. The CBR will move quickly, but it will never feel hurried. It likes to stay above 3,000 revs once you're out of the first gear, and as you move up the gears, 100 km an hour comes up easy. Post the 100 kmph mark is where things really get enjoyable. Cruising at high speeds is where the CBR really shines, and you can easily ride at 120 kmph for hours at a stretch. In city traffic, the CBR is surprisingly easy to handle. Any hang-ups you may have about the fairing go away within 15 minutes of riding the bike. It's easy to flick around in traffic, and overtaking is a stress-free affair. Comfort could very well be called the CBR's USP. Although it looks like the riding position is a bit dedicated, after a short spin on it, you realize that it really isn't. Compared to most other sports bikes in the segment, the CBR offers a lot more space to move around and adjust your posture.
That being said, it can easily manage to do things like this and that.
So yes, the CBR is fun to ride, though it isn't the best corner cover out there due to the softly tuned suspension. Essentially, the twin-spar frame does a very good job, and the telescopic front suspension coupled with the Pro-Link rear keeps your behind delightfully comfortable. If you are looking for a bike that is made just for the track or helps you draw attention constantly, then the CBR isn't the best option for you. But if you're looking for a sports bike that can handle city commutes, be reasonably fun on the track, and yet feel absolutely at home as a tourer, the CBR 250R will do all of that with ease. And while you're at it, it'll plaster a smile on your face from ear to ear.